Hello there, welcome to another episode of World of Tanks with Ngani Titan. We're here on Dukla Pass. I'm in the Fatherland. We're tier 8, so it's tier 9 battle top tier. Still, there's enough tier 9 tanks to give the Fatherland a good bit of trouble if I run into them at the wrong occasion. Since the gun in the Fatherland isn't exactly anything special or spectacular. Penetration generally lets it down. Does enough alpha damage. Gun handling isn't great, but it's okay for Russian heavy tanks. However, I'm going to not let that deter me. I'm going to go up to my normal location, which is basically head up towards that windmill in front of me. That area along the southern curve of the ridge there that comes down the 8-9 line and then curves to the west. I prefer to advance towards that heavy tank corridor on the 9 line this way rather than going south and coming in among the broken ground there to the south, because I think you're more likely to spot them from here earlier in their approach, and you're likely to do so in a position of cover, and you can retreat. You can use the lie of the land and the various irregularities in the landscape around here to retreat from that contact back onto support, whereas if you contact them on the south, you tend to be stuck behind a rock or in a fold of the ground or whatever, and you are stuck where you are and frequently are isolated from your teammates, or can be easily isolated from your teammates with no kind of easy way out and no easy retreat. So we've made our first contact. I'm a little ahead of supporting tanks, so there is somebody immediately behind me, so I'm going to continue on this route. And there's the M46 Patton, and he has respawned by coming down the back of those rocks. So there's a T-34-100 there, and that's the FE-207. British tier 8 artillery just dropped a shell behind me there, and now we've run into a Conqueror, so it really is time to stop advancing now. Doesn't look like it's a fully upgraded Conqueror. That looks like the Centurion turret, which is quite fortunate, because a fully upgraded Conqueror would have no trouble putting rounds through the top of my turret roof. Now I don't have clean shots at anybody, and I've just lost half my health there, and that is from the artillery. That was straight onto the engine deck. So we need to get closer to the buildings, we need to tuck in close to the buildings, and I need to keep my distance from those tanks because I don't want to get surrounded and flanked. However, just by revealing their position, I picked up 7 assisted damage ribbons already, which is not bad going. So we're going to get some more opportunities, but I need to, like I said, keep moving, because I know artillery's on the case. And then I get a shot in the rear, and that is the M46 Patton coming around behind me, and he's taking out my engine. I think my tracks ate that shot, and fortunately my allies finished him off, so that was quite useful, quite lucky. So while I was engaged with the Patton, the rest of my allies have actually come up and pretty much mopped up the tanks that were in front of me, the T-44, the Conqueror, and whatever else was there. So while they're pushing up on the low ground, I'm going to push along the inside here in the high ground. This would be kind of more normal for a medium tank, and the kind of thing a medium tank should be doing, because they've got better view range, so they're more likely to spot stuff operating along the northern edge of this this valley. However, I think we've now gained a dominant position. We're practically in sight of the cap circle, and we haven't contacted enemy tanks, so it suggests to me that the eastern side of the map has been largely abandoned. We've some contact on the western side of the map, but we're holding the centre of the western side of the map. We're pushing up very strongly on the eastern side of the map, so it seems to me that the enemy team, what's remaining of them, even though there's almost as many tanks as we have, are sitting well back in defensive positions. And it's not always a good idea in World of Tanks, because you're then given the initiative to the enemy team, and they can pick on a particular flank that is weak and hit it with superior force, and the action economy then starts to favour them. We've now made contact with the artillery units. Their elite tanks are basically folded into this top left hand corner of the map, so the north western corner of the map, more or less, and that's very strong and advantageous position to us. We're controlling the high ground. They have some cover up there, but if they have to retreat from any of the positions they're in, they're going to have to cross exposed ground that is actually under the guns, should we say, of our tanks. So I thought about going back to the Jagdpanther, but he's been taken care of, and it's now basically every man for himself to try and get as much damage as we can. There's a Tiger 1 rushing across the field there for no good reason. I suppose he could have tried to go back where the Panther was, and I think he might have had a better chance, although we'd still probably have gotten him. Panther 88 is tracked in the open. There's an AMX AC 48, which is a pretty dangerous tank destroyer up there. And there's only 3 enemy tanks left actually, so there's whatever that is, a Skoda, or a Skoda T50. He pops out, we set him on fire, or somebody sets him on fire, and he gets finished off. So, while we were reloading, the AMX AC-48's up there. I bounced a shot from something, probably the AMX. He's turned side on to me to go around the back of the rocks, and I'm not going to get him, because by the time I get to here, the only thing left is the M44, and we put a round into him and finish him off. So we finish off with 2 kills, 15 assisted ribbons, 7 damaging ribbons, and 6 penetrations, 7 penetrations. So victory, steel wall, 2000 damage, 2338 damage, and we actually got more assisted damage, 3861, and we came number 1 by experience. That is quite a bit of assisted damage, and most of that is actually spotting damage. We didn't track too many tanks at all on this particular occasion, and do a lot of damage ourselves in the earlier part of the game. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching, and we'll catch you again soon.